Please come in, take our job. Product in America is to build in America and only in America. And this very simple formula, and Congress has to go along with us, and they will. This very simple formula will create massive numbers of jobs. We will take over the auto industry again, and many, many hundreds of thousands of jobs. We lost so many jobs over the years. If you go back 20, 25 years, they've stolen many hundreds of thousands of jobs. We lost so many jobs over the years. If you go back 20, 25 years, they've stolen. Center of our plan for economic relief are massive tax cuts for work hotels that I saw that are so nice. I'm staying in a nice one. It's called No Tax on Tips. No tax on tips. No tax on tips. I got that by having dinner recently in Nevada, where we're leading by about 14 points. Hello. I'll see you there very soon, everybody. And we're having dinner at a beautiful restaurant in the Trump building on the Strip, and it's a great building, and the waitress comes over. How's everything going? A really nice person. How's everything? Oh, sir, it's so tough. The government's after me all the time on tips, tips, tips. I said, well, they give you cash. Would they be able to find him? She said, actually, and I didn't know this, she said, very little cash is given. It's all put right on the check. And they come in and they take so much of our money, it's just ridiculous, and they don't believe anything we say, and they've just hired, as you know, it's just ridiculous, and they don't believe anything we say, and they've just hired, as you know, even more. Go out, they hire consultants, they pay millions of dollars. But I said to her, I'm a very smart waitress. That's better than spending millions of dollars. And everybody, I'm a very smart waitress. That's better than spending millions of dollars. And everybody loves it. Waitress, that's better than spending millions of dollars. And everybody loves it. And everybody's a lot. Democrats are going to destroy Social Security. They are destroying your Social Security and your Medicare. Under my plan, incomes will skyrocket. But rapidly. But no hope or dream we have for America. Illegal immigrant invasion the world. There's never been an invasion like this. Yesterday, Tom Homan put him in charge. Border Patrol, he's incredible. These guys, if they don't have to do anything, but they want to, they're patriots. Brandon Judd, Border Patrol, ICE. ICE goes out. You have to see what ICE does. These are probably the worst gang, and ICE goes in there. And I know a lot of people in these rows here, and they're very tough people, but they don't want to do this job. They'll go into a pack of MS-13 killers. They're the My 4 years, we moved them out, and it was a plan. And then they take them, they put. They take them back and they get them out of our country. And the other countries weren't accepting them back, and I called 4 years. We moved them out, and it was a plan. And then they take them, they take them back and they get them out of our country. And the other countries weren't accepting them back, and I called. Legally. Look it, I'm so proud of it. I think it's one of the greatest. It was done by the Border Patrol. One of the greatest charts I've ever seen. Oh, there it is. That's pretty good. Wow. Last time I put up that chart, I never really got to look at it. Oh, there it is. That's pretty good. Wow. Last time I put up that chart, I never really got to look at it. Last time I put up that chart, I never really got to look at it. But without that, very proud. If you look at the arrow in the bottom, that's the lowest level, the one on, and that was my last week in office. Look at the rest, and if you go out a little bit further, it's getting to be a little bit old, but I love it anyway, right? Look at the rest, and if you go out a little bit further, it's getting to be a little bit old, but I love it anyway, right? But you can go much higher with those numbers. Look what happened. Peanuts by comparison to what happened after I left. Look at what happened after I left. They took over our country. Peanuts by comparison to what happened after I left. Look at what happened after I left. They took over our country. We ended all catch and release by comparison to what happened after I left. Look at what happened after I left. They took over our country. We ended all catch and release fraud. We stopped human trafficking. Ended immediately, and you were deported. And now they see these people pour into our country at levels that are deported. And now they see these people pour into our country at levels that are not going to do it. We're not going to stand for it. They suspended wall construction ended, remain in Mexico. We had a policy, remain in Mexico. You think that was easy to get from the Mexican government? But I said, you must give it to us. If you don't give it to us. But not easy.
Canceled our Safe Third agreements. Did nationwide catch and release. That's catch and release, where we catch them and release them into our country. We catch them and release them into Mexico. There's a slight difference. And took 93, this is the previous administration.
Actions to throw open our border to the world. The entire world is pouring into our country because of this very foolish. To throw open our border to the world. The entire world is pouring into our country because of this very foolish. To 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 our country because of this very foolish administration. The greatest invasion pouring into our country because of this very foolish administration. The greatest invasion in history is taking place right here in our country because of this very foolish administration. The greatest invasion in history is taking place right here in our country. Invasion in history is taking place right here in our country. Invasion in history is taking place right here in our country. Insane asylums and terror. He's been getting great publicity because he's a wonderful shepherd of the country. He says how well the country's doing because their crime rate is down, and he's really well, the crime is down 72%. In fact, if they were our next Republican convention in Venezuela, because it will be safe, our cities will be so unsafe. There in El Salvador, murders. Our cities will be so unsafe. There in El Salvador, murders. Now, he would have you had the largest deportation operation we've ever had. Just recently, I spoke to the grieving mother of Jocelyn Nungary, spoke to the grieving mother of Jocelyn Nungary, a wonderful woman, a precious Recently, I spoke to the grieving mother of Jocelyn
Nungary, a wonderful woman, a precious 12-year-old girl from Houston who a block away from her house. Her body, Nungary, a wonderful woman, a precious 12-year-old girl from Houston who a block away from her house. Her body, who came across our border, were in custody. Houston, who a block away from her house. Her body, who came across our border, were in custody.
Her body, who came across our border, were in custody and were then released into the country. I met recently with the heartbroken mother. White House. This White House let them in. Never be the same. I spent time with her. She will never be the same. I've also met with Laken Riley, the brilliant so proud of being first in her class, campus of the University of Georgia when she was assaulted, beaten. I will keep our sons and daughters safe as we bring security to our streets. We will help bring stability to the world. Start no new wars. You know, we were the toughest. As we bring security to our streets, we will help bring stability to the world. Start no new wars. You know, we were the toughest. Start no new wars. You know, we were the toughest. Hungry, strong country. Solve it. You got to. He was a braggart. I'm not a braggart. But Viktor Orban said it. He was a braggart. I'm not a braggart. But Viktor Orban said it. I'm not a braggart. But Viktor Orban said it. China was afraid of him. All of these things that you read about were not going to happen. Under President Bush, Russia invaded Georgia. Under President Bush, Russia invaded Georgia. Thing. We defeated 100% of ISIS in Syria and Iraq. Years, sir. We did it in a matter of a couple of months. We have a great military. Our military is not woke. I got along very well. press hated when I said that. How could you get along with somebody who has a lot of nuclear weapons or otherwise, isn't it? I think he misses me, if you want to know the truth. Falling to the ground. Disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan. Have never had a humiliation like that. 13 heroic U.S. service members were tragically and needlessly killed. 45 others were horrifically wounded. Explosions. Horrifically wounded. Needlessly killed. 45 others were horrifically wounded. Explosions. Horrifically wounded. And by the way, we have a man. He paid the biggest price. Some of the senators that are working so hard for Sam, but he paid the along with many American citizens were left behind. But he paid the along with many American citizens were left behind. Saw this group of people that were incompetent. Things perfectly. So we said I don't have to speak to somebody that has nothing to do with it. And I told him, don't ever do that. Don't ever do that again. Don't ever do that again. You've got to stop. Because during the Obama administration, many great people and soldiers, but a lot of soldiers were being killed from long distance. Because during the Obama administration, many great people and soldiers, but a lot of soldiers were being killed from long distance. But a lot of soldiers were being killed from long distance. The other guy gave him everything. I mean, what kind of a deal was that? He walked out, gave him everything. Do you know that right now, he actually said to me, but why? Bagram, one of the biggest bases anywhere in the world. Afghanistan, I liked it because of China. It's 1 hour. We were keeping that. We're operating 60-mile submarines in Cuba. I will tell you that headlines every day would be, what's wrong with our president? You don't. Russia has nuclear submarines. From Miami, by the way, happens to be here. Correct? In Cuba. And that would not be stood for if it were somebody else. They don't want to mention it, but now maybe they will. And the entire world, I tell you, the entire world, I tell you, and they better be back before I assume all. Will be over. I don't have wars. I had no wars other. We had no wars. I could stop wars with a telephone call. I could stop wars with just a telephone call. If properly stated, it would never start. And build an Iron Dome missile defense system to ensure that no enemy can strike. Properly stated, it would never start. And build an Iron Dome missile defense system to ensure that no enemy can strike. Entirely in the USA. We build an Iron Dome missile defense system to ensure that no enemy can strike. Entirely in the USA. Wisconsin. Technology many years ago. Remember, they called very good president. Very, very good. But now we have unbelievable technology. And why should other an Iron Dome over our country, and we're going to be sure that nothing can come and harm our people. And again, we will unleash the power of American innovation. And as we do, we will soon be on. And again, we will unleash the power of American innovation. And as we do, we will soon be on. You remember this gentleman? Do it. I didn't want anybody to be confused. But this man said, we're going to find a cure to cancer. Nothing happened. We're going to get to the cure for cancer. So close to doing something great. But we need a leader that will let it be done. We will not have men playing in women's sports. That will end immediately. And we will restore and renovate our nation's once great cities, making them a horrible killing field. We're going to make it a current, just massive amounts of energy if we're going to produce the Instead, we're spending electric cars. They built 8 chargers at a certain location toward the Midwest. And if you're going to do this, and by the way, I'm all for electric. They have their application. Able to do it, and we're going to make that change on day one. A total renewal of a thing we love very much. It's called plan, or where life's adventure will take us. I want to thank Franklin Graham for being here tonight. He's an outstanding. Quite as good, to be honest. I've got to have a little talk with Franklin, but he was great. He's a great gentleman. His father was so. But he'd get up, and he was a fantastic guy. My father loved Billy Graham, but I love Franklin Graham. I think Franklin's been fantastic, and I'm working so hard to adhere to his note to me. I'm working hard on it, Franklin. Saturday, make anything clear, it is that every single moment we have on earth is a gift from God. For the people and for the country that we love. The attacker in Pennsylvania wanted to stop our movement, but the truth is the movement has never nations to other people. Take it down. It is time to start expecting and demanding leadership that is bold, dynamic, relentless, and fearless. We can do that. We are Americans. Ambition is our heritage. Greatness is our birthright. But as long as our energies are spent fighting each other, our destiny will remain out of reach. Spent fighting each other, our destiny will remain out of reach. Potential. It is a and so many other things. And remember the word devotion. Our American ancestors crossed the Delaware, survived the icy winter at Valley Forge, and defeated a mighty empire. So many. They pushed thousands into a magnificent home for their family. They packed their families into covered wagons, trekked across hazardous trails, saved rivers and rapids to stay. When our way of life was threatened, American patriots marched onto the battlefield, raced into enemy strongholds, and stared down death and stared down those many just so many heroes, so many. They saved our country. No challenge was too much, no hardship was too fierce. Together these patriots, because they had faith in each other, faith in their God. Just like our together rise above past differences. United as one people, one nation, pledging allegiance to one great, beautiful, I think it's so beautiful. Your partnership, for your support. Every day I trust in me, and I will never, ever let you down. I promise that. I will never let you down. To all of the forgotten men and women behind, you will be forgotten. Forward, and together we will win. Nothing will sway us. Nothing will ever stop us. The Republic, and we will usher so truly deserve America's future will be bigger, better, bolder, brighter, happier, stronger, freer, greater, and more united. Happier, stronger, freer, greater, and more united.
was